Hi. So we're here. I'm Dion Lavastri, CEO of Generations, Building Generational Wealth. And I have a guest on here to talk about retirement so we can help impact our younger generations with other experiences that people have had with their retirement, and kind of how they navigated to get to retirement, and they're in retirement now. And then that way they can kind of see, you know, what retirement looks like. It's just difficult when you've never went somewhere or never been there, how to get there and what does it look like for you, right? So 'cause everybody's situation is different. So I have Lynette here, and we're talking about retirement. So I'm going to ask you some questions. Now, Lynn, you worked in the like, kind of just tell us what you're willing to say as far as your background, as far as work, and then we'll get into some questions.
Okay, I worked for the state of California for 30 years, and I retired at 53 years old
Which is very young.
because I had about 20 years in. And for the state of California, you have to have at least 20 years in or the age, and I had the years.
Right. Because
So
it's a pension.
because of my pension.
Yeah. So because
Correct.
when you work for the state, they give you a pension. So that's why there's a formula based on how much they give you your pension. So the 20 years calculated is multiplied by your income. So they basically figure out what your pension is going to be. So you said, okay, I have 20 years, I'm able to retire and retire.
Yeah, and so therefore I was Abby.
Hi, Abby.
Okay, so I was able to retire, 53, because I had my time in. And what else? What else? What else? I had some money saved. And so I just said, I'm going out and I'm gonna go ahead on and retire at
Right.
53. And plus I was about to move out of town.
Okay, so he's moving out of state.
So yeah, I was moving out of state.
So it worked out. So so bring us back to your career days. What was your approach to retirement as you're working? Like what were your thoughts around retirement?
Well, my thoughts. The truth is, I really thought I was gonna get all my money when I retired. Now that's the truth.
You really thought you was gonna get all your money, meaning
like my full paycheck.
That's good to say. That's good to say.
Yes.
Because most working people feel like I'm gonna retire with my income that I'm getting right now. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And then and then I went to some retirement classes.
Okay.
And I soon found out how it really went.
Okay. Okay.
That yes.
Okay. So when you were working, you wasn't sure how it went. You went to a retirement class, and then they told you basically you're going to get this pension, which is a percentage of your income.
Yeah, correct.
Probably 40 or 50%, which is 20 years.
Yes.
Okay. And then so did you have any primary financial goals leading up to retirement after you learn about how retirement, they're not going to give you a full 100% income? Like, were you thinking like, wait a minute, how did you approach that once you found out?
No, you know what? I didn't, because for one thing, I didn't start seeking to retirement until it was time for me to retire. Gotcha. Now, if I would have known earlier, then I could have had some other stuff playing, but I didn't have anything else playing. That's all I had was that.
Important to say. Important to say. Okay.
And I also had a 459, a 457, you're able to put some money in.
Right. So 457 is comparable, and I'm just kind of talking through as you say that. So people that don't know what a 457 is, it's comparable to a 401k and a 403b. So correct. So government agencies have 457, 459, 457s. Yes. And corporate will have a 401k, and then school districts have a 403b. So they're all IRS tax codes.
Yes, that's right. That's correct.
You utilize for retirement. So go
that's
ahead.
Correct. And so I started putting money into my 457, but it was like too late. I put money in, but if I would have known early at the beginning of my 8 years that I worked for the state,
Mhm.
I would have done it early. I would start, put it in early. I didn't realize how important it was till it was almost too late.
Right,
Like, I was about to be out the door.
right. That's good,
Hmm.
that's good. Okay, but you did have a
Yes.
457. Now, was your company putting money in there, like matching your contributions?
Mm, no, my company matching my pension didn't match my pension.
Okay,
Because I was putting money into two things. I was putting money in my pension.
which
No,
is
I was putting
good.
money in 457, and there was also taken out of my check to put into the
Pension.
pension, and they matched that.
And most pensions are forced, right? So if you set up a
Yes, correct.
pension, normally they
Yes,
take that percentage out of your paycheck and then they match it, and then that's how you got your pension. But the 457 is strictly what you want to save, right?
yes,
Okay.
and you don't have to save anything. It's
Right.
up to you because they're gonna give you what they're gonna give you, but it's best for you to say, put in, let them take out,
And when
so they
Trump was
can
the
match it.
president, he came in and changed that. So now what they started doing was
Oh,
pre-enrolling people in retirement when Trump was in president.
oh,
Yeah. So you have to opt
oh,
out now.
boy.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Because,
I
like
think
how you said, it's voluntary. But the problem is
yeah,
when people are retiring in poverty, they made that to where it's automatic and you have to opt out now and say you don't
yes,
want to do it.
yes.
Yeah. So that's
So
kind of
that's yeah,
working.
that's how that
Yeah, that's how
that's
that
how
works
that
right
went.
now. So, I mean, I guess another
Eh,
quick question is kind of, were there any unexpected challenges or obstacles that you encountered during your retirement planning process? So, like you're saying, like, okay, when you got into retirement, you're like, I'm about to retire, and you find
Uh-huh.
what's what, and like I said, it's already too late. So it's kind of like, okay, they're gonna give you what you're getting. And
Correct.
so how do you, um, I guess counteract
Of the
or
process.
what decisions did you make based off of, okay, now I'm getting this and I'm not getting that, if that makes sense?
Uh,
Or did you just say, okay, this is what I'm getting and I'll make do?
yeah, that's what I see. When
Yeah,
I found out how much I would get, I said,
yeah,
okay, that's what I could do. I just have to make it do what it do.
right, right. Okay,
Yes.
okay,
Uh-huh,
good.
uh-huh.
And have you ever
Uh,
thought about going back to work?
when I first retired and moved out of state, I did.
Okay,
But then after a couple of months, I said, no, it's okay. Because I started doing different other things,
right,
like traveling and,
right.
do what I feel like I want to do.
Good and
Uh-huh.
good. That's
Hmm.
really good because everybody is not able, right? I know people that retire and go back to work, so that's why I asked that.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
and
Some of
sometimes
them
they say,
things.
because they're bored, but in reality, it's like, are they bored or did you need
Yeah, you just need that money, yes. Because I was never bored.
right,
No. You can find something to do.
right,
Trust me.
right. And
Hmm.
so, I guess what about like what advice, I guess, would you give to someone who are in the early stages of retirement planning? Based on your own experiences, what advice would you give the younger generation?
I would say start saving, for one. For two, make sure your job even take out Social Security.
Hmm.
For three, if your job had programs like mine had, participate in stuff like that. And start investing your money other places if you can. So when
Hmm.
you retire, you have enough money. You have that investment that you invested, and you can also have your retirements coming from your employer.
Right, right.
Hmm.
What would you say to a person that does not have a program like yours? They don't have a pension.
Oh, oh my God! I would say,
Oh my God.
oh yes, I would say, try, maybe get with you and try to start the investment now.
Oh,
Start investing their money
right, right,
in other places. So once they retire or ready to retire, they can have, they have money to receive, to get.
right,
Because you're
right,
gonna need something when you retire. Oh
right.
my God, yeah, you're gonna need something in order to retire.
Oh my God, I love that. Oh my God.
Yeah, because what you think about it is scary. So you really have to do something. You
Right,
gotta have
right,
some kind of money, and sometimes, like you said, retirement money just don't be enough. So that's why I say invest in other areas if you can,
right, right.
mhm,
And
and
so, do
early.
you think, and this is just a hypothetical question, like literally, you're retired now. How would you feel if somebody said, hey, let me help you set up a strategy where you could have 3 incomes in retirement? Do you think that'll be beneficial?
Yes,
In retirement?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. I wish I would have did that. Yes,
Okay.
that'd be really good.
Okay.
Because these, everything is so high. You need all the money you can get coming from everywhere you can get it coming from.
Right. Right. I was going to talk
Yeah.
about inflation.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Income outpacing inflation, because a lot of people, that's one of the retirement risks, right? And inflation,
Mhm.
your money, being able to outpace inflation, especially with that inflation during COVID, when it hit 8%, and normally it's not
Yes.
high. So that
Yes.
affects the
Yes.
retiree, I would say, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And so, I guess that's it. You're already
Yeah.
given advice, and
Yes.
you're already in retirement. You've been in retirement how many years?
Yes. Oh, so long. Since 2015.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah. So
Yes.
that's over 10 years.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. That's about 10. Oh yeah, it is 10 years.
Yeah, about 10
Uh-huh.
years, right?
Uh-huh.
I
Mm-hmm.
said over, but it's about 10 years because it's
Yeah,
2010.
it's about 10.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is. Exactly 10, I think.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So you're 10 years in, and you are um thriving. Obviously, you didn't ever have
Yes.
to get a job,
No,
so you're
thank God.
doing well, right?
Yes.
Your health is well. You don't
Yes.
need to be concerned about those kind of things. So I'm excited that you're on here to talk about this, because so many people retiring in poverty. And the
Yes.
problem is when you're retiring in poverty, I feel like the younger generation, you know, are not thinking about retirement, honestly.
Yes, they're
And
not.
yeah,
And
go ahead.
there's a lot of older people that is thinking about retiring and they can't even retire. And I know people 70 years old can't retire because their retirement money just not enough.
Right, right.
That's just sad.
And
It's really
and
sad.
it is sad. It is sad. It definitely is.
Mm,
Um,
mm.
so Lynn is here telling you guys start saving.
Yes, that's
Make
right.
sure
Start saving.
Make sure
It
you
ain't
know where your
unreachable.
retirement income is going to come from. My advice is to know how much income that will be.
Yes.
Because like Lynn said, she was thinking that she was going to get 100% of that salary. And when you're calculating your expenses and need that
Mm,
salary,
yes.
that's a tough blow. But
Yeah,
great.
yes, it is.
You know, I have to say, I'm sure you're grateful that you did not have
Yeah.
to go back to work, and that you're doing amazing.
Yes, I am.
Even though. So,
Yes.
all right. Good.
Yes. All right. Thank you for
All right.
interviewing
Hey, thank
me.
you for coming. Thank you for sharing your experience. And if you guys need any information, I'm going to put my calendar below here. And I'm also going to include retirement risk, so you guys can take a look at that. Thank you. See you guys on the
You're
next.
welcome.